Hello, Todd Ferguson from the Reason Files. We have received some comments and questions from Dana Fritz. Needless to say, Dana Fritz, by the appearance of what she wrote, has attempted to nuke us over at the Reason Files. However, all her questions, comments, and concerns were addressed. We want to certainly give her a shout out for coming over the Reason Files and actually reading the articles. But with the shout out comes some disappointment. Kimmy Gessler did say anybody that comes over the Reason Files is a reprobate. So some bad news there. Perhaps Grayson would be able to address Kimmy's misguided statements and concerns. Okay, we're on the line now with Dr. Sam Gipp. Dr. Gipp, this is Todd from the Reason Files. You heard the Patrick Boyle phone call that we made to his church down there in Orlando. Would you care to comment on that?
Oh, well, I've never met Boyle. He pastored at a church in Uricksville, Ohio that I preached at probably over a 20-year period. And he was slowly, bringing out the Anderson cult doctrine. And some folks challenged him in the church. And so he had 2 van loads of thugs come down and stand on the platform with him like they were going to, and basically, like gangsters. They intimidated the church. They were there like, you don't mess with this guy, which is not obviously independent. That's part of the cult.
Right. We've identified several of the gentlemen there. One of the gentlemen is a gentleman by the name of Jeff Utzler, and he was there. And the gentleman that we talked to, Paul, are you familiar with him?
I know. I've never, if I've spoken to him, when his guys call, they impersonate somebody. I've had them call like they're pretending to be pastors to arrange a meeting, hoping that I'll fly someplace, get off the plane, and have nobody there, or being trying to act sincere in some other area, and they seldom say, "This is my name." They usually don't. So if I'm spoken to those guys, it'll only be voice contact. They don't tell me who they are.
Right. That's part of the harassing phone calls that you receive. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What we really found disturbing is when we called Patrick Boyle, and when we asked him if Kyle Chambers was a member or had been a member of that church, due to the fact that Mr. Chambers did plead guilty to lewd and lascivious acts against a child under 12 years old. Boyle was very evasive. Do you think that was an admission that Chambers was a member of that church, or currently is? Just your thoughts?
Well, at the time of that call, I wouldn't doubt at all that he was a member, because Boyle said, we don't talk. He told you guys, we don't talk about our church business. Well, if this guy wasn't a member of his church, it wouldn't be church business. If he wasn't a member of his church, he'd have plainly told you, oh, that guy's no member here. He's attended once or twice, but he's not a member. So when he said, I'm not going to discuss church business, the guy had to be part of his church.
Right.
I'll tell you this one more. I had a meeting probably about 2 years ago in a church in Maryland, and this was after Tyler Baker had left, so he had another thug call, and that guy called that pastor and told him to cancel my meeting. And of course, the guy didn't, and so then Anderson himself called and basically told this guy, cancel Gipp or you'll be sorry. And so, he just told Anderson where to go. And so Anderson just had, one of his tactics is he has people who have never been to a church call or go on their webpage and say, this is a horrible church. So, he had all of his little zombies call that church and or not call it, contact, go on their internet webpage and tell how horrible church, what a horrible church was. They couldn't have found it if they were in the state of Maryland. They'd never found it. They'd never been there.
Right.
We've seen that was just one of the things he does.
Yeah, we have seen that tactic before. Jeff Utzler's notorious for that, for posting reviews on churches that he's never been to before, and he says just the most outlandish things. This church denies the deity of Christ.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about that, Todd. How can you do that and say, Jesus Christ wants this? He wants me to lie. He wants me to put false witness about a church I've never been to. I am doing this for Jesus Christ. That spirit is no different than the spirit Muslims have when they say they're killing people for their God.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree with you. And, you know, I totally missed the part in the Bible where Jesus sent 3 of his followers into a casino bar to look up dirt on another. Could you help me out with that?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. I know that Ramirez fellow, I know what he left. And again, I kind of chuckle when I call it the new FIB, because FIB sounds better. But anyway, he calls it an independent movement. Then he fires a pastor of a church that's not a member of his church, and then installs another one. That's a denomination. And then this latest thing of him declaring that God anointed him to be a prophet, I think that's pretty evident that from the neck up, he's got some mental problems.
Thank you, Dr. Gipp, for coming on and chatting with the Reason Files.